All right, welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Lifestyle Living Podcast. Now, first off, I just want to say this is what I think the last one or two, three episodes is going to be coming up before the end of the year. Next Monday is the 23rd, and I'm pretty sure I'll be releasing one then. And I think the week after you're going to catch in a good day too. I haven't looked at the dates. There might be 1 week where we're missing in between. We don't know yet, but my God, is it crazy to see that 2024 is coming to an end already? And I feel like for me personally, this has been the most fruitful, most abundant year I've ever had to date. I think I learned the most about myself, cemented the most about myself. I think I've learned so much about my business, how to run a business, what I need to focus on and make it a longevity thing because, I want to be able to do this for the rest of my life. And, I think everyone around me, I think has grown incredibly as well. I feel like a lot of people's last 2, 3 years of work I believe a lot of people's last 2, 3 years worth of work that they put in every single day have come to fruition. I think it's super, super exciting to see that because, 2025 is going to be absolutely fucking amazing. And, speaking of 2025, this episode that I want to talk about isn't really 100% related to 2025 in terms of goals, but I do think it is related to a standard or a boundary of something or something of that nature in your life that you should really take on into the next year or start taking super super fucking seriously as of right now. And I want to talk about how fitness is a non-negotiable. And a lot of us have talked about this before. I've said this many 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 times again, but one of the biggest things I like to take pride on in terms of these episodes, these podcast episodes, and leading by example is the fact that I do lead by example. I speak about how I'm feeling. I talk about what I'm doing to handle those emotions and things like this. And, I think a lot of you guys resonate with that. And that's actually how I've built my business and my community and worked with everyone on one-on-one is, the fact that we resonate with each other. You guys look at me as an authority within a degree of these topics. And, I'm forever grateful for that. But the biggest thing right now is like, this last past year, I've proven to myself that all my methods of the madness work for fitness. Regulating your hormones, regulating your stress, regulating your pain, making sure you're not in pain, making sure you can build muscle, shred fat, and get a healthy relationship with food. And I've been working so long and so obsessed with this entire topic because I was with so many doctors and so many different avenues of my life told me that I couldn't do certain things because of certain stressors, and it was just like I didn't believe it. And I think so many things came to light this year that it gave me so much confidence and so much reassurance that I knew I was always on the right path. And a lot of you guys can relate to just showing up and building a life that you sometimes you really don't know if it's ever going to work out. And I think there's a lot to be said about that, taking those types of risks, because if people around you don't take those risks, you don't really relate to them, nor do you fucking really want to, because they're not your type of people. You don't want to live and just kind of go through the emotions and things like this. So what I'm trying to say is like the biggest thing I'm cementing as a standard in my life is fitness as a non-negotiable. If you don't work out routinely, you don't take your nutrition half-fast seriously, and I at least know where you're at, I don't really want you around in my life. And I'm drawing the line in the sand there. And I'm a firm believer of cementing that in the sand and saying this is exactly where the line's drawn is okay. And the biggest thing I'm drawing this from is I just turned 30 this year, and I made a joke with Emma the other day because I'm always running up to her, giving her all of her like omega 3s, and we take a bunch of other multivitamins and just micronutrients and stuff. And I want to make sure we're trying to live until we're 130, 150. And I'm not gonna say it's not possible or not possible or possible, whatever the hell you want to say. But I just know there is proven science and things with health and longevity that we can fucking make it a top priority. And 80% of the base is just working the fuck out, going to the gym, building muscles. And the fact that I turned 30 this year, 30 to 40 is the last technical decade you got. That's, fizzles out pretty quick in terms of energy sources, and near the end, 35 to 40 to 40 to 45, lean muscle tissue. This is the last decade to put 100% a big dent into building the foundation of your muscle mass. There's a study that shows like once you're 40 and above and then start, the chances of building a good muscle mass around a good skeletal when you get older, to make sure you're not fragile and just fucking falling apart, is not as high, especially like those people that had sedentary lifestyles and just haven't did anything their entire lifestyles. As soon as you get 45 plus, your body's going to start withering away. And I think there's so much importance for this because, it's not easy to change your life. It's not easy to start and working out, start learning how to work out and moving your body and learning how to eat foods appropriately and drink water and all these different things. But the importance of that is that you tried and you're showing up and you're doing it. A lot of you guys that are showing up, are changing your life, are making daily commitments that are changing your lives, adding years at the back end, making sure you guys see your great grandkids where other people aren't even focusing on the bare minimum to do that, that you don't even realize it. So when people start to ask you, like, how did you change? Like, what do you do? Like, how did you lose 5 pounds? How did you lose 10 pounds? And once you start like hearing more of that validation, you're going to realize these small things you're doing, the magnitude of the weight of your overall longevity is huge. And it's like it goes. It's the top three things when it comes to fitness. It's hydration, moving your body, and then food. It's like you don't have to be a perfect fucking fanatic at this stuff, but you got to ask yourself, like, if someone in your culture or someone in your circle or someone in your circle isn't even focusing on it, what standards are they setting for themselves, the people around them, or in any other task or objective that they're doing? And obviously, you can't like stroke the whole brush along the whole entirety of their lives. Like, they're probably phenomenal people, got a lot of good things going on. But, the joke that I'm saying with giving Emma like the multivitamins is like, I'm not force feeding them, but it's like, I want you to be here when I'm 60 and 70. You know what I mean? I got, God forbid anything happens just because we just didn't take care of our health. That's what I mean. Moving your body. You don't got to go to the gym 6, 7 times a week. You don't got to be a fucking power lifter. You don't got to do high rocks. You don't got to do hit training. You don't got to do anything crazy. But are you at least doing something to preserve and build muscle mass so when you get older, you can move? I don't know anything about this lady's name or anything off the top of my head, but she goes to Fitness FX, the gym that I go to all the time. And, she's talking, I think she said she was 62 or 67. And I'm like, damn, like I said, Emma, I want to look like that. She literally just started training, I think, 3 to 5 years ago, and it's like, she's already seeing a ton of success because she's focused in making sure she's doing movements that are going to offset her life. She's not bodybuilding, she's not powerlifting, she's just training to make sure she can stay longevity, stay here forever. And I think it's so important for you guys to understand that's a huge a standard, because think about it. Like if I'm 30 now, when I turn 40, when I turn 50, it's like the people that are around you right now are they going to be the ones, I mean, in a picture perfect world, the ones that are around you then, your circle, your people. So it's like, it's about holding each other to a higher standard. And I think it's super important to stand on this because, like I said, it's not about tracking your macros neither. It's not about like putting everything to my fitness pal and being like, I know every single thing. I got my blood work done. I know where everything's at. It's just about like, are you at least eating? How many of you guys just get up or had a time in your life you just got up and left the house, didn't even drink water, did nothing, pound coffee into you, then just kind of ate snacks and takeout and all this different stuff? It's like, yeah, sure, that's not maybe not labeled as unhealthy, like as obese and all these different things, but you have to understand it's going to have an impact, and it is having the impact. And that's why you see some people that are 30 and you're like, Jesus Christ, bro, you look like you're 45. That's why some people you see that are 38 and they're like, holy shit, you look like you're 27. And it's because of all these little magnitudes of factors, right? And I think in 2025, you guys should really take this serious, like 1000% serious, because it's, man, like I said, 2024 has been such a big year and it's so crazy that's coming to an end. And man, the biggest thing that I can attest to all of my success, like every single bit of my success, from mental success, physical success, like the business, financial success, being able to like start our own career and stuff like that. Like there's so many different avenues of it that it's just like absolutely outstanding to see that fitness has been the fucking foreground of it. The fitness has been the lay of the land the entire time. No matter what period of my life, I was moving my body 3 to 6 times a week. I was focusing on food from the manner of either enjoying it to offset working hard towards something, or working towards something and like being really strict on it and not having anything off plan and everything in between. And I think, again, it's not about so much what you're doing in those stages. It's just, are you committed, and is these people around you committed to it at all in these stages? Same thing when it comes to water and just general step goals and things like this. Like heart attack is one of the biggest diseases or health aspects that kill a lot of people as well. And heart disease and heart attacks and all these different things, a lot of it stems from just not being regulated from physical standpoints. Your heart's not withstanding things. So as you get older, it doesn't have the support that it needs, and all these different things. And I could go on, the science behind many things for like a long, long time, because it's like, I think spent a long time going down the rabbit holes of like learning about the research and the science and all these things because like with anxiety, I like realism and factual based information so I can kind of build my confidence around. But I think, like I said, like it's fitness just has to be a non-negotiable, and it's like however you see fit is just the one that resonates with you. Like literally, you can go bouldering, you can go to Spinco, you can like whatever it is, move your body. Like it doesn't matter what the fuck it is. Like just make sure the people around you are committed to moving your body. My great grandmother, this is so funny because my great grandmother, like we never had a great relationship. She passed away, I think, this year, and like I haven't seen her in 15, 20 years. But she always walked like 2, 3 times a day. Like every single person, like even her obituary said, like she walked 2, 3 times around the neighborhood. And something as simple as that is like so important because the way that it accumulates throughout the course of your life is everything. You know what I mean? And the focus on food. Like you don't have to sit there. Like Emma is a great example of that in her family. Like I always shout her family out. Like it's not like they're out there tracking their meals and all doing all these things, but they get breakfast in, they get lunch in, they get a bedtime snack in, and they make sure they're hydrated. It's just these simple things that add up so many fucking things. And I think, when you start sprinkling a layer of like, intentional strength training on that to offset life, putting yourself in compromised movements. So when you slip on ice and you got to be in a lunge position to catch yourself, your fucking entire body doesn't snap in half. You know what I mean? You get 30 to 40 to 50, you're not like worrying about the aches and pains as if your car hasn't been like checked in like 80,000 years and you're on the highway wondering what's going on. Just take care of yourself. And I think, 2025 has to be that year if you really want to change your life, that you set these types of standards in stone. And like I said, it's not about like kicking people out of your life. You don't want to kick people out of your life because of this, but I want you guys to be so serious about it that you're willing to. And it's not about people doing up to your standards. It's about people just, again, like I said, having effort towards it. And what type of effort? You don't got to do what I do, but you got to put an effort towards it. Because again, selfishly, when I turn 40 to 50 to 60, I want you here with me. And selfishly, I don't want to be saying a speech at your fucking funeral. And then, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I can't plan these types of things, but it's to show the shift of mindset of, how you can control the biggest aspect of life, and that's the longevity and health, which is 90% of how most of us go, is health. And if we can control by doing these simple things, then why the fuck not? And then if you want to be that serious with your boundaries of kicking people out, so show them the severity and the magnitude of what you're talking about, you have every right to do that. And, I've changed my life so much. Even to, like, it's crazy, and everything comes down to the fitness. It's the fitness. My business is even revolved around fitness. I literally made a joke yesterday at a baby, Julian's baby's birthday, second birthday. It's like, it was just a joke. It's like, I'm going to the gym so much, I'm making money off of it. And it's just because, like, my clients and things like this. And it's like, so fitness is everything, and draw the line in the sand if they're not committed to, and to some degree, question that entirely, and you have every right to be. You know what I mean? But other than that, I appreciate you guys all. God damn, 2025 is right on the corner. And of course, if you guys ever need anything, reach out. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. And let's just keep doing what we do best, which is show the fuck up. Let's go.